What is up, y'all? It's your girl, Brand New, and honey, I am back in the building. This time, honey, I'm back for old nasty recap, honey, of Real Housewives of Atlanta. This is season 13, episode 15. This episode is going to be all over the place. I'm going to be telling stuff out of order, honey. Okay, that's what it's come to, you guys, because I don't know, the show is just here, it's just here. And I'm just going to review it how I see it, honey. We got Drew, and she is packing up some stuff, and her husband, is helping her as well. Is it me, or is Ralph being more of a loving and supportive husband? I was like, ooh, child, I never thought Ralph would be that type of man, honey. But yeah, and Drew mentions that she's not going to be bringing her daughter with her because she has a lot of work, to do in New Orleans, and she has an interview. So, and I'm just like, girl, you don't need to bring your kid to prove anything on, these girls' trips. And one thing I'm kind of sick of is the mom shaming and the, Drew told everybody they could bring their daughter and nobody brought their daughter. I think I heard Kenya say that. Kenya, you are not a good mother because you have Brooklyn all the time. Okay? You are not. You should, and I really hope production and the show, they start telling her, hey, you can't bring your child. Because Kenya, her whole attitude and everything about her switches up when her daughter is around. And I know I'll get a lot of pushback and y'all say, oh, well, she's supposed to act like that. Her daughter is there. No, bitch, it's a girl's trip. I don't want to hear about you not wanting to shake your ass for your room, and I'm not doing something like that, and my daughter is here. Did y'all see how she got the acting? I'm like, bitch, everybody do something strange, honey, to get a room. Last season, we saw it when, Candy and Kenya playing the trip, and I forgot where the hell they was at, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Nene was there. Nene had to take off all her makeup. Porsha jumped in the pool. Cynthia did a little something. This is a common thing when these women go on girls' trips. You are to participate, and we got Twirl changing up the rules. She's always changing shit up because in her mind, guys, she feels like she's more superior to the women. And I told y'all this goes back to how she did them in that last trip that they had, where she made sure she was eating good. She made sure she was in the best room. She made, she did. She made sure she arrived via private jet, and they had to be on some damn bus or something, traveling to get to where they going. So, do you see what I'm saying? So yeah, Kenya has a superiority complex. Leave Brooklyn at home with a nanny, bitch, since you claim you got so much money. Okay, I have seen the tweets, you guys, of her and Drew going back at each other, and I think Kenya said that Drew needs a tummy tuck because of some picture, she took on the show or whatever. I guess it's going to be, in a magazine or whatever. So, yeah, stop body shaming that woman. You was just in the plus size section, Kenya, your damn self. So you shut your ass up. But yeah, she keeps coming at Drew about her money and, oh, she's broke. And y'all remember the one scene where she was like, well, broke bitches split checks and, Child, that's y'all girl though. That is y'all girl. She will never be my girl. Not real enough, and I don't like all of that. Candy has an acting gig that she has to go to. I think she's going to be doing some scenes for The Chi. So she's going to meet them out in New Orleans. She's not going to be traveling along with them in the private jet. That's another thing. Kenya was dragging Drew about her husband providing a private jet, saying that Drew's husband didn't really provide it, production did, and I got receipts for when I provided the jet. Kenya, can I take you back to season 11 when you were damn near begging to be on the show. You kept trying to post all these updates about Brooklyn when the Real Housewives of Atlanta was actually coming on at 8 p.m. on Sundays. You were still stalking the show, still acting as if your ass was on it. They got pissed off by your behavior from season 10, from you running out and marrying Mark out the blue. You didn't invite the cameras into your life to do that. You wouldn't allow your husband to come and shoot scenes, or he didn't want to. Shit, you know. We know how that is. I mean, you begged to be back on the show. Let's call a spade a spade. Even when Nene cussed her ass out last season, she was like, bitch, you the lowest paid here. So all of this high horse and Drew is broke, her husband is broke. I'm not here for it. Bitch, you're broke, okay? You have to be, because you didn't blow up after you left the show. You didn't go do more things. You claim you've been in Hollywood. Why are you not doing your acting jobs? And I don't want to hear about that shit that she is doing on Family Reunion. That ain't shit. Go and get in these movies. You know, you claim you got the acting chops, twirl. Go on and do it. But I don't like her, you guys, acting like she's so much better than these other women on this show. And your ass, you know, Cynthia and Candy begged for your ass to be back on this show. They had to go against Nene, okay? They had to go against Nene to get you back on the show, to get some type of storyline going so your ass could come back on. And you get on here clowning and acting a fool and acting like you got all this damn money. Girl, bye. I thought it was so cute when little Brooklyn was trying to get chips from Kenya's enemy, Porsha. I thought that was cute. That baby don't know that there is so much beef between her mother, honey, and Porsha, okay? Cynthia, you a motherfucking punk. She's a punk. She admits in her confessional that Drew's trip is way better than Kenya's trip. But it was something that happened where Kenya had this nasty ass attitude. I'm going to get to it. But I know Kenya had this nasty ass attitude. And instead of Cynthia just checking her friend, you know, it's kind of like she gets in her confessional and starts talking shit about how Kenya is acting. And then she tells the girls, oh, I may have to pull her to the side. Cynthia, you ain't gonna do shit. We gonna get to it, guys. I gotta remember where the part is, honey, okay? Okay, so let's get to some of the shenanigans that took place on the bus. Toya makes the comment that she's not drinking during the whole trip, which is kind of weird. That's normally what these women do on this show, but she made such an ass out of herself at Fallon's house, you know, so everybody is like, oh, okay, they're shocked, but it was just so weird how Drew kept asking her, you're not drinking, and then it turns out they actually went to church together, and Toya and Drew had a conversation, I believe, prior to church that she needed to stop drinking because her behavior was beginning to be very erratic around the other women. And I'm like, Drew, if you already knew that you and this girl had this conversation about her not drinking, why keep asking her in front of the women why she's not drinking? Like, I didn't understand that shit. I was confused. So anyways, Toya makes a comment about Marlo and Kenya. You know, they're best friends now. You know, she was kind of teasing them, and they got to talking about the picture they took on social media. So Toya began saying, oh, well, I'm going to get Kenya back, and I'm going to have Porsha on the side. And, you know, all the girls start laughing. Porsha says, well, I'm not going to be on no side. You know, I ain't no side chick, you know, and Kenya made a comment saying, yeah, see, she know who's gonna be the side chick, and I'm like, can't you bitches just be cool with who you cool with? But no, they are all very childish, and Kenya later on tries to act like she's so above Marlo and Porsha kind of having a beef now that her and Marlo are back cool. Y'all know Porsha don't really like that they're cool. And I'm like, Kenya, you the same one. You didn't want Nene and Cynthia to be cool after you got cool with Cynthia. You was real jealous of that. So do you see what I'm saying? Like, girl, make it make sense, okay? Because it's not making no sense to me. Drew gives Cynthia one of the best rooms. And so we see the back and forth with Kenya and Drew. And Drew says in her confessional, you paid for that booty, now bounce it. I thought that was so funny. But yeah, y'all girl Kenya, she gets to flipping out. And see, this is why Brooklyn don't need to be around, because I'm not here for Kenya and her bipolar behavior. Bitch, you was all for shaking that ass and doing, whatever you had to do on these other trips y'all done been on. But I get it, her daughter is there, but your daughter shouldn't fucking be there because you use her as a crutch. That daughter, I feel sorry for her. She's being used as a crutch. She's being used so Kenya can finagle her way out of certain situations, okay? Babies do not belong on girls' trips. I don't give a damn about, I ain't got no nanny and I'm waiting. And then y'all hear that shit she said on the bus. I'm waiting on my nanny. And why the nanny didn't just go there like with y'all? Why is the baby there, period? I'm still on that. Like, I'm annoyed with her. I know a lot of people gonna be like, well, Drew said that they could bring their kids and nobody else brought their kids. Porsha, she didn't bring her daughter. She didn't want to bring her. It's a girls' trip. I'm not gonna mom shame Porsha over that. Well, they made a big deal when because Kenya did whatever the hell she wanted to do and didn't extend the offer. So, they was well within their rights to have an issue with that. But I'm going to just say it how it is on this here channel. Babies do not belong. I don't care how cute they are or who they belong to. They don't belong on girls' trips. That is not why we watch this show. We always got to deal with Kenya and her daddy daycare issues, and I'm sick of it. Kenya also, y'all know she kind of made Drew just give her a key to one of the rooms since she didn't want to dance for her. So Kenya upgraded her room. See, once again, I'm too above the rest of you ladies. I can't participate in the show and just have a fucked up room. You need to have a fucked up room. You got a fucked up attitude, so why not just take the fucked up room? Make it make sense, okay? I didn't even like that. Like, what is you doing? If you go be there, participate, you need to feel what having a fucked up room is. That way you won't do that to, whoever else y'all go on one of these trips with. She just kept getting out of stuff, you guys, and I was over it. I was done with her. I think Drew was done with her too. I really love Drew's positive, fun attitude. I really enjoyed her. But Drew, you need to watch Cynthia, okay? She's besties with Kenya and she's a flip-flop. Flippity flop. It seemed like when Cynthia's in Drew's face, talking with her, she's happy and cool. Soon as Kenya get up in her ear, then all of a sudden Cynthia want to point out the flaws in Drew. I saw that a couple of times on the episode and I was not here for it. The girls decide that they're going to ride bikes and then go have lunch. Marlo doesn't join them because her back is killing her. And then Candy is still on her way, to New Orleans. Kenya begins laughing like a damn hyena on the bike. Let's pretend that we boys in the hood. Girl, you don't even look like you even listen to that type of music, or you don't even watch that type of movie. Girl, you are not about that life, honey, okay? So the ladies, they're at the table having lunch, and Kenya asks Toya, well, what's wrong with you, and Toya's like, I don't want to talk about it. And I thought that Kenya was going to put Toya on ice. Yeah, she's being caring to her, but I thought, Kenya wasn't really going to be talking to her, so I was kind of confused by that. Like, fuck that bitch if you feel like she ain't being loyal to you, but that's just me, honey. So the ladies try some alligator and they discover it tastes like chicken. We get Porsha and her fake ass, vegan ass Porsha, you are not a vegan. All that ass, titties, back fat that you got, I bet you eat everything off of a pig, honey. Okay, so she need to quit with this. Oh, I'm a vegan. There's nothing about you, Porsha, that says vegan. So they get to talking about Fallon's party. Why Fallon didn't come? Probably so she didn't kill that damn Latoya. That damn Fallon was she was turned all the way up, honey. But Toya got to saying Fallon's party was so boring, and it stopped being boring once I came around. I'm like, girl, shut your ass up. Cynthia tries to talk some common sense into Toya and say, well, you don't have to be friends with Fallon, but I thought that was very disrespectful, what you said about her husband, in her house. Y'all know about the whole, she's dating, a 60-year-old or whatever. So here's where I got confused with Drew. She out the blue asked Toya, why are you not drinking? And then Toya says, well, because I just don't feel like drinking. And then Drew says, well, you do get a little aggressive, when you're drinking. So if you feel like she gets like that, then why ask her why you are not drinking? Was anybody else just confused? So Toya starts bamming on the table. I just don't feel like it, bitch. I just don't feel like it. And Porsha was like, damn, you calling her a bitch? That's rude. So Drew tells us that her driver, Danny, gave Toya a ride home after the night at Nice party that they had at Shamia's house. And he began to talk to Toya about, fasting and detoxing and, stop drinking so much. And she began crying and, taking it all in. But that's where I was confused at, because I'm just like, Drew, if you know that this all happened prior to y'all coming to New Orleans, then why are you shocked the girl is not drinking? Make it make sense, okay? Drew also mentions that Danny introduced Toya to some guy named Prophet Lot, and I think it's going to come out on one of the episodes where Drew is going to accuse Toya of having some type of affair with him, honey. I'm like, child. I'm very confused by Drew and Toya's relationship. It seems like Drew doesn't really like her, but she feels the need to befriend her and try to help her. And that's sweet of her, but if you don't like somebody, girl, just leave them, just leave them alone. Don't let them waste your time, honey, okay? Because I'd be damn, I'm sitting up here trying to help somebody and they get at this table in front of all these women calling me bitches. Oh no. We wouldn't be doing none of that, honey. I'd be the bitch smack Toya. Kenya gets her delusional ass in her confessional and says that Drew is shaming Toya for not drinking and she's bullying her. I don't feel like she's bullying her. I don't understand why she's asking her, why are you not drinking? And they have already had a private conversation prior saying why the girl needed to stop drinking. That's where I'm at with it. But bullying her, bullying is when you pulled out Kim Fields' chair, honey, okay, while she was still sitting in it. That's what a bully is, honey, okay? She got a lot of nerve, y'all, calling somebody a damn bully. Toya gets to telling the ladies, she tries to keep up with them and all the drinking that they do. And it's just like, you either can keep up with them or you can't. And obviously you can't, so you just need to stop. Period, point blank. Drew tries to get Toya to apologize, I guess, for calling her a bitch. I was still confused, but I'm guessing that's what it was. And Toya says, no, I'm not going to apologize because I'm not sorry, and calls her Sparkles. I'm like, see, that's why you don't need to be trying to help out all these hoes, honey. Let them help themselves. So Toya gets upset and storms off. Child, I didn't have about enough of these women. I'm so sick of all of them, just storming off. Toya tells the lady she's going to go check herself into AA, and Kenya leaves with her. Once again, Kenya, didn't you say that you was going to stop dealing with that girl like that? See, I don't know, you guys. I don't understand what is going on with these women. I'm thinking when you say you kind of done with somebody, you ain't going to be following them out and, let her stand on her own. Kenya tells Toya, you need to be very careful about who you tell your business to. Didn't you just feel that same way about her last week? You felt like she was telling all your business to the other girls. So do you trust her or do you not? Okay. Make it make sense. Very confused, you guys. I don't know if it's just me, you guys, but I'm very confused. So the ladies arrive back to the hotel that they're at, and we see Kenya. She is in Cynthia's room with her. And then we see Porsha. She goes into Drew's room. So we got Kenya in her room talking to Cynthia, her flip-flopping ass. Oh, well, I just felt like Drew was bullying Toya, and even Cynthia was like, bully? And Kenya, oh, I don't like that word either, but that's how I felt, you know, how she was doing Latoya. How is she bullying that girl? She ain't tried to intimidate her. She didn't get all up in her face. She hasn't been aggressive with her. She was just asking her why she was not drinking. Now, do I agree with her asking her that? No, but it was not in a bully tone. Okay, let's be clear. Cynthia, that was your time to check your friend, but since you are a pussy, you're not gonna do that, okay, with your flip-flopping ass. So we got Drew telling Porsha she didn't invite Toya to church. Danny did. So this is what I'm talking about. So we got Cynthia and Kenya. They get to talking, and Cynthia says, well, I don't think alcohol brings out the best out of Toya. And Kenya says, well, let's not try to make it seem like she's an alcoholic. She evidently has a problem if she has to stop drinking. I wish y'all could see my face. If you have to stop doing something or if you have to cut back, it is because it is a problem. Okay? So Kenya, girl, do you really care about Toya like that? I don't think Kenya cares about her like that. I think she's kind of using her, you know, because she's on the show for a lesbian storyline. She ain't gonna never hook up with that girl. She full of shit, and I'm over it. But yeah, you got stupid Cynthia not even, you know, correcting her friend. Okay, and I say friend loosely with her and Kenya. Because to me, her and Kenya are not that good of a friends if you cannot check your friend. Your friend is wrong. Okay, she's using words like bully and, well, Toya doesn't have a problem. Toya does have a problem. Because Cynthia just said out of her own mouth, the way that Toya acts after she's been drinking is unacceptable. You know, she be acting crazy. And Toya is already crazy without even drinking. Did y'all see how she treated Drew at that table? She was sober, acting like that. So y'all know once she gets some drink up in her, she gonna be acting a fool. So next, Shamia joins Porsha and Drew in the room, and they began talking about Marlo and how Marlo and Kenya conveniently became friends the same night Kenya was accusing Porsha of, you know, having sex with Bolo and Tanya. So then we got Porsha. She gets to saying, oh, well, I don't think me and Marlo were ever friends. And this is the thing, right? All you bitches on this show got an issue with your homegirl hooking up with your enemy, right? You got an issue with that. Be honest about that, okay? Because we could see right through it. Porsha, you got an issue with Marlo being cool with Kenya. She says she doesn't, but we all know survey says that's a lie. Okay? A lie, don't care who tell it. Porsha, you've been hanging out with Monique Samuels a little bit too long, sis, okay? Then Porsha gets to crying. Survey says that reveals you are lying. You do care about Marlo. I don't really care. I don't care. Why are you crying then? Make it make sense. You feel away. So Porsha feels away because she feels like Marlo is trying to bond with Kenya over this whole accusation that Kenya is making about Porsha and Bolo and Tanya. Drew convinces Porsha to be an adult and have a conversation with Marlo about how she's feeling. And I agree with Drew. You need clarity when it comes to these type of things. So they end up going to bed, and Next, we get introduced, honey, to the next day. That damn Brooklyn. This is exactly why you don't bring no kids on no girls trip, twirl. Brooklyn then took her damn crayons, honey, and then went to town on her and Kenya's hotel room. I was cracking up. That's what you get, twirl. Okay, since you want to be daddy daycare and you want to do all that, this is what you get, honey. Okay. Was Kenya's nanny? I guess the nanny would have had to been there. I didn't see the nanny with Brooklyn. So all the ladies meet up the next day. We see Candy. Candy is happy that she missed all the drama from Toya storming out, and Kenya leaving with her. They had did a phone call with Candy, letting her know that already. But yeah, she was glad, to be away from them and their drama. Marlo is up and pumping again. Marlo reminds me so much of Walona from Good Times. That is the vibe she brings to this show. She looked good. I love Marlo's hair, her little pajama outfit she had on, honey. Marlo, you got that from my girl, Miss Nene Leak. Shout out to Nene. How you doing, Nene? We need you back on the show, girl. I can't with these girls, honey, okay? Marlo pops a bottle of champagne and then they all begin sipping. So Drew tells all the girls she has an interview at iHeartRadio and Cynthia's going to go with her to do that. I think it's very interesting she picked Cynthia to do that with her, and Cynthia has been talking all this shit behind her back. Okay, I wonder how that's going to work out for these two at that reunion, okay, and going into next season. I really like Cynthia and Drew together. I think that Cynthia likes Drew when Kenya's not around. I said it. Soon as Kenya comes around, it's kind of like she acts indifferent to her. Kenya is steady typing on her damn computer. Candy is like, why is you doing all this typing while this girl's talking? Kenya talking about, well, I'm working and I'm taking a minute. And I'm like, girl, you need to quit. Any reason to be disrespectful. So Drew wants the girls to go to Zydeco. I guess it's some type of dance and shit. Candy is not excited about doing it because y'all know that damn Candy ain't much of a dancer, honey. So they get up in the class for the Zydeco and we got Porsha. I love Porsha's outfit she had on. She looked bad as hell. Ass was out. Y'all know that damn Porsha, she knows how to twerk good. Shamia too. Her and Porsha could be damn twins. They was down for the dance. Candy, not so much. Porsha can't understand, honey, why Candy can't make that ass jiggle. And I'm kind of shocked with all this sex dungeon talk Candy be participating in. And she ain't got no sexy moves. You ain't get nothing after all these years, Candy? So after the Zydeco dance is over, Porsha pulls Marlo to the side. Porsha tells Marlo that she feels like her movement towards her as a friend has changed towards her. Of course it was going to change. She got back over there with Kenya, and I told y'all I'm not really in support of it because I don't think that they're really going to be real friends. Do I think it's important for them to coexist, Marlo and Kenya? Absolutely, all the girls, but this whole friendship thing, too much stuff has happened, between Marlo and Kenya, in my opinion. And it's at a point now where Marlo has to kind of make a choice, the same choice they was trying to get Latoya to make, okay? Marlo is going to have to make that same choice, but, she don't want to. Porsha got upset that Kenya was invited to the showroom and she wasn't. Marlo claims she didn't invite Kenya to the opening for, y'all know them clothes and stuff she's going to be letting people rent in Atlanta. So I don't even know if I believe that. That just sounds weird. Girl, can I come to where you at? I don't know. What do y'all think? Do y'all think that Marlo invited Kenya or Kenya really asked to come? It just doesn't make any sense. Porsha says, we've been in New Orleans this whole weekend. You haven't called my phone. We really haven't talked. Marlo says, bitch, my back has been hurting, which is true. She hasn't really been feeling good. Marlo says she wasn't here for Kenya when Porsha and Kenya was cool and doing play dates and stuff with their kids. Porsha lets Marlo know. It's just kind of funny that the night that she accused me of doing what I did with Bolo and Tanya, allegedly, that's the same night she wanted to make friends with you again. And I do feel like that was a bit strategic, though, on Kenya's part. What do you all think about that? Porsha feels like it was strategic, and she feels like that was Kenya's way of pulling her on her side against her and the whole, Bolo thing. And what was strange was Marlo claims to be Porsha's friend, but she asks her, well, what happened that night? Why does it even matter, Marlo? But Marlo was like, well, did you do anything? This, that, and the third. Porsha was like, no, nothing happened. What do y'all think about that? I didn't like when Porsha said, well, I don't care if you're friends with Kenya. Yes, you do. And you can't even tell the fucking truth about it. So like I said, guys, since none of these women are mature enough to accept that, hey, I'm back cool with this person you may not like, since none of you all have that maturity, shit, make her choose, okay? It's either me or that bitch, okay? So the girls are on the bus, they're getting a little restless, and Candy is like, damn, what's going on? They've been in there for a minute, and then Shamia gets to telling Candy they have a lot to talk about because, Kenya and Marlo are back friends. Kenya gets to making this whole shebang. Well, it shouldn't be a big deal that me and Marlo was friends. Then it was weird that Marlo said that to Porsha, oh, I'm going to straighten Kenya out if she mentions that Bolo situation again. Marlo, you ain't going to do shit. That girl has been mentioning that, and you ain't said shit. You ain't checked her on that. You or Cynthia, really, okay? And we got Kenya on the bus. Oh, I just can't stand all this high school stuff. Rewind to season 8, where she was flipping the hell out. She wasn't even supportive of Cynthia's Marshall. Remember, she was with crazy ass Matt on a damn paddle boat. Okay, she didn't help out with the Marshall. None of that. She acted like a child, a spoiled brat, because Nene was back on for that season and Cynthia chose Kim Fields to do the Marshall. I'm like, Kenya, you act like, we ain't seen you act like a damn child. Girl, bye. And Kenya turns everything around on Shamia. Well, you've been loyal to Porsha and Porsha hasn't been loyal to you. I'm like, girl, shut your ass up. Now that may have been the case season 9, but they're back on. They're back on, and you're not getting in the middle of that friendship. And this is what I told y'all about Kenya. Y'all don't fucking listen. She is a person, I'm going to tell y'all, okay, there is actually people out here, they don't like when they like to triangulate in relationships. That's why when Phaedra was with Apollo, she was trying to flirt with him and text him and do all of that. Okay, knowing that the shit is inappropriate. We saw her get in the middle of Cynthia and Nene's friendship. Yes, Cynthia can be cool with both, but we all know that Kenya loves being the third wheel in relationships. She likes stealing relationships, and then when somebody steals her shit, she want to be all up in her motherfucking feelings. Okay, that's why that situation when Mark played out the way that it did and he was still, probably texting and flirting with different women, that's that karma. And her fan base will say, no, it's not karma, just life. No, life is always responding to you, what you put out there. Okay, and if you ever feel like you need to take from life, life will take from you. That's how it goes. So that's why I don't feel sorry for her, when she end up in some of the situations she end up in. And has the damn nerve to call Shamia a lapdog. Why? Because she's cool with Porsha and you hate Porsha and you're jealous. Yes, I said it. Kenya is jealous of Porsha. Okay, and I know y'all gonna be like, well, she ain't got a reason to. She got a reason to. Because Porsha has love in her life. She may not have it with Dennis, but she got a mama that loves her. She got a sister. Porsha, got people in her family that, she could rely on. Kenya, she claims she ain't got no village. She ain't really got nobody. She got a few people, but, look at how she treat people. And Porsha even made a comment about that. Like, that bitch needs love in her life. Maybe she'll stop doing some of the stuff that she do. And that was a good point. We see Porsha and Marlo, they hug it out. We still see Kenya on the bus trying to turn Shamia against Porsha. Oh, I know you know what happened at the bachelorette party. Why are you even bringing that up? Go get you some dick. Okay, go work on man number 2. Okay, and leave Mark alone, finally. Like, her priorities, you guys, are out of whack. So Toya jumps in and says that Shamia is Portia's lapdog. Girl, shut your ass up. You're a problem when you're drinking and when you're not. You're just crazy. So Kenya gets to asking Marlo, why was you gone so long? And, Marlo was like, I got a headache. I'm not about to talk no more about these miscommunications. Candy is nosy as hell. Did y'all have a good conversation? Porsha was like, yeah, we just needed, to have a heart to heart. These girls don't care about their damn friendship. Kenya's still pressing at Marlo. Why do you seem upset? Marlo says, I'm not upset. We just expressed a lot of energy. Child, that's it for this recap of this show. I'm so sick of these women. They all petty, okay? All petty in their own way, but especially that damn Kenya. Child, I ain't never seen, nobody like her, honey, okay? Y'all get down in the comments, let Miss Robinson know how you felt about, my recap and the episode, what stood out to you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I am your girl, brand new, and I will check you guys out in the next video.